Super Week. We saw a fade out of, you know, there wasn't really being picked whatsoever, and he's really done well with it, picking and choosing the bullet times perfectly almost every single time, so not going to be there this time. Ari was the second ban, another Bjergsen favorite.
Oh yeah, I think they might even target him with all three if they don't take away the Shen. And you know, it's funny because I think I talked about this the other day, that cop over in North America for Curse, he's talked about, or he's actually asked by, I believe, Rivington, why don't you ever play Misfortune anymore? And he said it is because that was like the one champion he really enjoyed playing in the spring split. That's the one champion he really felt like was better than everything else. And they finally played it again in the Super Week, and he did fantastic with it.
Well, the final bans were Evelyn towards Diamond and Zed here. By Gambit towards Bjergsen. Of course, that left the Shen open, so we're gonna see Mima playing Shen. And on the other side, Thresh picked up for Voidal and Twisted Fate for Alex Ich.
I was just looking at Diamond's face. He was smiling. Like, as in, like, yes, we took away all your champions, Bjergsen. What are you gonna do right now? But with the Shen in, so we have that potential for that assassination squad coming in. Maluno, very strong Jarvan jungler, as we even do see Zyra come off the back of that. So we're gonna see Deficio on that yet again. And then over on Gambit's side, that Thresh, I mean, Voidal, he's actually made some fantastic pulls with that. And then the Twisted Fate, which we saw earlier on.
Yeah, Twisted Fate, always a good one for Alex Ich. Zach going to be locked in as well. We've seen Darian have some really good performances as well, bringing that Zach to the table. So what are they going to finish off with here? AD carry possibly to take that away first?
I'm trying to think. If it would most likely be a Varus for Genja. That seems to be like his go-to AD carry when that is taken away. Or maybe even an Ashe.
Or an Ashe, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, the thing I'm confused about is, will the Zac be jungle or top lane? And usually it's top lane, but for some weird reason, I keep thinking Darren's actually going to play Rengar here against Mimir. I don't know, I just get the feeling.
Is it your spidey senses are tingling for some reason?
Lion senses?
Lion senses. Are you lying to me? Sorry. So Ninjas in Pajamas, an AD carry and the mid laner here is what they need to bring. Obviously could be a Zyra mid, doubt it though. That's not something that Bjergsen's really be favouring. Kassadin, however, is something that he loves to play, and he is going to play it this time around. And also the Caitlyn in there for freeze.
We should just change that champion's name to Cassawin, with the way it's been happening. That was pretty bad too, happening over this Super Week. But yes, we're going to see freeze on that Caitlyn. It's done very well on. Thank you, Dirk, for laughing. And it's a very strong pick. I mean, it's a very safe pick. You can do very well with it. You hurt very bad late game. You also have that range advantage over a Varus, but obviously Varus does have that potential for that piercing arrow poke. I feel like you have something to say to me right now, Joe.
I've got nothing to say to you after that, I'm afraid. So Gambit here then, what are they going to finish with? Voidal's talking it up right now. He looks serious. Sure? He's half smiling, he's half serious. I'm not sure.
Come on.
Where it's going to be. Aatrox, Darian was the first one to play him here in Europe.
My line senses are wrong. But yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. He was the first one to bring it to European LCS. Then we saw Wicked pick it up. We saw Maluno use it in jungle before. We saw Cyanide using the jungle before. And against the Shen, I mean, we saw Wicked play against Shen earlier on. Didn't do too well, unfortunately, in his game.
Honestly, is that going to be a jungle Aatrox? Because the Zac's there as well. It looks like it is.
That's a possibility.
It actually looks like it might be going now. Obviously, they could switch here things up last second, but I had a feeling that we might see Diamond bringing out that Aatrox in the jungle. So, interested to see how that one works. As I said, the loser of this game will pick up the 5th position in the summer split of the European LCS. The winner will go on to face Evil Geniuses for the 3rd and 4th place playoff.
And so potentially we could actually see these two teams meeting up in the playoffs in the first round if Gambit does lose, or if Gambit wins and then loses to Evil Geniuses.
Exactly.
So, yeah. I mean, you have to use this as practice. Like, you can't fool around in this game. This is a major game that actually will kind of give you either motivation or will kind of shake what you believe in coming into their match in the playoffs.
So then, right now we see Ninjas in Pajamas on your screens. We've seen him in a couple of different moods this weekend, looking pretty much downtrodden, but being pretty jubilant as well after a couple of those wins that they've picked up. Wondering which faces they're going to be bringing out after this game here against Gambit. So we are going to be getting into things. Alex Ich certainly looking confident right now. Cheeky little smirk from him as we get things loaded back up in game. And there is Freeze himself, who done fantastic since his addition to Ninjas in Pajamas. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, Edward was definitely right about his contribution to the scene. I mean, he always said he was the best AD carry in Europe. And honestly, I kind of agree with that. He's pretty much right up there with everyone else, and it's going to come down to, is this Caitlyn going to do well in lane this time? I mean, it's been taken away from earlier on, and can Deficio work well with him on the Zyre, which he hasn't played that much during the summer split, sorry.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't. I mean, we've seen a lot of Nami from him. He's been bringing out the Thresh as well to the table. Obviously, that was taken away from him this time around. So we're going to find out here exactly how this one all kicks off. But one thing's for sure, if Gambit are the Gambit that we saw at the start of this final week, this super week, then Ninjas in Pajamas might be in for a bit of a shock. But we're going to find out. We're in game now. Ninjas in Pajamas versus Gambit. Level 1 here. There's quite a lot of danger from NIP's side as well. You have the likes of the Grasping Roots, the likes of the Taunt coming out of Shen. Obviously, he's in that top lane, so starting with the Taunt wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for him.
It definitely wouldn't if they do want to go for any sort of level 1 aggression. I was taking a look at Rune Pages and Masteries, and Diamond, he's actually running like a carry page. Like he has has the 13 flat armor pen, the 8% and 4% lifesteal, which we never see on junglers to have that. That's usually like a carry kind of thing, as an AD carry kind of thing. And I'm curious, if he doesn't get going in the beginning, that Rune Page is going to mess him up. He's not going to be useful or that useful later on in the game because he won't be tanky enough to dive in.
Well, let's see what happens here then at level 1. We've got a couple of wards down up until now. We saw NIP putting that ward down on the ramp, a ward going into the corner brush there on the top side of River as well from Gambit's side of things, and Mima just sat in the death bush the entire time watching on and seeing exactly what will be going down. Similar setup down on the bottom side of the map as well here, so kind of a mirror image from the start. It looks like the one thing that we can say is that we're going to have these 2v1 lanes coming in. Gambit have sent their duo to the top.
Yeah, and I was actually thinking, like, is this what NIP wanted, or is this what Gambit wanted? And I think it's actually what Gambit wanted. They wanted... Actually, no, I think it's not what Gambit wanted. I think they wanted to be against that dual lane of NIP to really shut them down, because they are currently heading down. It looks like they're just going to ward up the blue, though. And Freeze, he's going to try to stop Diamond at this blue buff here.
Actually getting the Peacemaker over there as well, and doing a good, decent amount of damage here to both Darian and Diamond. Diamond did manage to pick up that blue buff, tuck it inside of the brush so that Freeze wouldn't have any vision of that one. That's a good defense from Gambit.
But Freeze did force the smite to come out of him. So that means his red's going to be a little bit slower. And actually, Darren, even if you're taking Wolves here, because since he would be in that 1v2 situation, but great job by Freeze. Didn't really miss out on anything. He took a little bit of damage, but he can heal that right back up with that Doran's Blade and with his lifesteal quintessences.
Yeah, I saw Mima as well there, starting off on his Wolves now. It's a good pickup. Obviously, they spawn later into the game now, but the thing is, he wouldn't be getting any CS anyway if it had gone up to that top lane.
And the thing is that if Diamond does gank that top lane when he's not level 2, he's going to die.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to hit that level 2 as long as he gets back to that lane very quickly, be able to pick up enough CS or enough minions to, take over into that. And that will make sure that he stays alive. And I really want to pay attention to Diamond. I really want to know what he's going to do, because obviously we've seen jungle Aatrox before he's done it. But the thing is, he makes these junglers that you never would have expected phenomenal. When we look back at, Volibear, Nasus, back in the spring split, he brought those out. And everyone followed suit.
So, will that be a similar trend here for Aatrox? We'll find out what Diamond generally... I'm going to say his first attempt with each champion that he brings out, it's not always the most successful.
I think it's Karma versus Fnatic.
Yeah.
Wasn't successful at all, unfortunately.
And we'll see how they really go. If I remember correctly, the first game that they had with Volibear was also a loss, but he actually continued to run that afterwards and obviously became one of the more picked champions overall in the LCS spring split. Darren there taking a little bit of damage down in the bottom lane. Mima has already hit level 3 here up on the top side. Has got himself up into double figures in CS, as has Darian as well, so they're actually doing really well here, the single laners.
Yeah, they are, and I'm curious, is he going to be able to keep this up? Because, I mean, I don't want to take it away from him. Like, this happened before, where he would keep up in CS in the beginning, but once the pressure comes on him a little bit, he kind of falls off and starts not getting as much CS. But luckily for him, they do have their double assassination combo with him and Bjergsen, so it's going to be really interesting to see if NIP can get that going. And if they do, Gambit's going to have a tough time. However, Twisted Fate, you're going to have that ability to get around the map very quickly.
So there we see Diamond coming over, putting a ward down for Alex there. Is he going to be able to pull that stun card? Yes, he is. There's the diving. Bjergsen knocked up, having to flash away, but look at that damage coming out. First blood will land, and it is going to be Diamond that picks that one up. Solid stuff, and well, that damage just so intense.
Aatrox. And Diamond, he micromanaged his Bloodthirst Blood cost. I can't remember the name. Quick shot, help me out. His Bloodthirst Blood price.
Cost price, I see where you got.
But he managed it very well because he came in with the healing component of it, but he switched mid-swing over to the extra damage component, and that's what spiked Bjergsen down. And he didn't expect that, and he even was forced to blow that flash, which kind of unfortunately worked against him.
So, good start then for Gambit. We see Voidal just headed off there to get a ward down. Mimer's actually come out here, and I thought he was just waiting for Voidal to throw out the hook before he would have shadow dashed away from it.
Look what Gambit's doing. They did this against SK.
Completely.
They did this to Kevin, and they shut him down so hard that SK didn't stand a chance. I believe they even surrendered that game, or kind of just lost it within like 25 minutes. But Gambit's doing a fantastic job of keeping a Mime away from the CS and taking advantage of his inexperience of being in the LCS so far.
Yeah, freezing that lane out completely here. And Maluna's actually going to come up from this one, but honestly, what are you going to do?
This is really unfortunate because the only thing they can do, push it up together, shove that wave into the turret so it resets and he'll have a better chance. But that gives Diamond the opportunity to go for some ganks here. He's already visiting this bottom lane, and Gendra's going to get caught.
Yeah, they're actually going to go into this one. The taunt coming down. There's the hook. Alexic going to get involved, but that's down in the bottom lane. They're going for Deficio. He gets knocked up. He's a dead man. Alexic picks up the kill. Freeze. Oh, actually, Deficio just missed there with a passive on towards Diamond. That could have opened it up for Freeze, but right now, Mima is underneath the turret. He is actually going to taunt under the turret. Genja is going to burn, but is he going to fall? Yes, he is. Maluna will pick up that one, but Maluna being hit by the turret as well. And that will be 2 kills for Gambit for the one taken back.
Good attempt, Voidal. Went for the flash hook, hit a minion, but got the kill anyways. That's all that matters. And right now, Freeze. Ooh, this is not good for him.
Diamond actually diving onto him, going to get the slowdown. Here comes the slingshot and a flash away there from Freeze. Good decision overall.
Yeah, and right now, Gambit up 4-1, have a pretty good gold lead so far. They're doing a fantastic job of just taking advantage of the... I was going to say weaknesses of NIP, but taking advantage of what they know is going to be powerful, and that's killing Bjergsen early on, and then pretty much forcing Mimer to play very defensive, because now he can't build that tankiness that's been making him so successful with his assassination combo with his mid laner.
So right now, Alex and Diamond going to be doing the blue. That will of course go over to Alex. It's just twisted. Luckily for Mimer, that top lane has actually pushed right back onto his tower by now, so he can actually get a little bit of farmers. Darian is going to dive in on towards Freeze here. Piercing arrow actually misses, but Let's Bounce comes in, slows down, and Darian is going to get the kill. Nothing that Deficio can really do to stop that one happening. Great work again. Great coordination from Gambit. They might take the turret there.
Who would have thought an 80 carry makes a good ganker?
Or not.
He came in from lane, went for the ganker there, and just like you said, fantastic communication, fantastic teamwork to just engage, knowing Genja was there on his back, and either way, Freeze does have a CS advantage. He also doesn't have the 3 assists that Genja has under his belt at this point.
Sweet blue buff started by Maluna. Dimerian. That's a bit of a mix between Darian and Diamond there. Bjergsen going to come back and pick this one up, of course. Will get himself back over into lane. He's actually ahead on CS there, is Bjergsen. Probably just for the fact that Alex left lane for a while there to gank up at the top. The bottom, sorry.
And now it looks like Gambit's trying to freeze the lane yet again. Or they're just waiting for Freeze to visit that lane. Doesn't have that flash to escape here. And Genja, if he lands that Chain of Corruption, that is a very easy hook for Voidal to pretty much follow up on. Not to mention Freeze, he's only level 5.
Well, he's going to hit the hook either way. Flazing back, there's Chain of Corruption. And that is a very dead Freeze. Just like that. I mean, Freeze should know that Voidal's in that brush there the whole time, and that the likelihood of him hitting a hook when he stands still is quite high.
Yeah, it's actually, you know, it is.
The funny thing is, it can be harder to hit though sometimes because you try and predict a movement that's obviously not there.
But he knew he wasn't seen right there, and I got the gank right, the order wrong of what their abilities, but still fantastic teamwork yet again by Gambit shown right there. And now, exactly like you said, they're going to go for Dragon. This is free. Yeah, 80 carry down. You're now going to see Bjergsen, or is he going to come down for this one? Now that they actually realize that one's going on, Bjergsen is going to try and get involved, but nothing really that they can do. That's a 4-man
dragon killing Gambit team that will put them 4,000 gold into the lead.
I mean, yeah, Bjergsen knew if he visited that dragon, that would be a death sentence. So he just wanted to farm up as much as possible and kind of shut that lane out a little bit more.
So Diamond going to come around to the middle. Bjergsen actually is already used his Rift Walk there. Are they going to be able to get in? There is a slow. Alexic actually pulled the red card there in the end, so didn't have a stun anyway, even if they would have been able to do anything. And now Maluno's waiting to the side, but if he goes into the brush, he's spotted.
Top lane. This is going to be a gank on Mimir yet again. Oh no, they actually turn around, and I believe Alex is kind of curious if he is spotted by a ward, but it doesn't matter. Diamond's going to visit this top lane, and Mimir, he has to play this one out very well if he wants to be able to survive.
Well, let's see here. Darian going underneath the turret. There is Twisted Fate coming in. The knockup's been chained together, and Mimir not going to escape that one. It's Alexic that picks up the kill, but Bjergsen comes up there as well, using that teleport. But look how well they've switched off those turret hits. Diamond taking a lot, Darian taking a lot. Alex took the final two so that Darian wouldn't end up dying, and that will be another kill coming in. Good try from Bjergsen then, just rift walking wildly off into the bush, hoping that he could catch someone. Wrong bush though, I'm afraid. And that's 4,000 gold now the lead, and a 7-1 kill lead for Gambit.
And unfortunately that gank, it could have been avoided if there was a ward at the Wraith camp of Gambit. They would have been able to spot him coming in. That's usually where you do ward against a Twisted Fate, is those two crucial areas, which they haven't been able to do just yet. And Alex, 2 teleports, 2 ultimates, 2 kills.
That's how you make Destiny work, that's for sure. We're trying to get some vision control down in this bottom lane, putting pink wards off by the side brushes. You see that dragon was taken just a little bit earlier by Gambit, so that's not something of real concern for them right now, but they don't want to give Diamond any more chances to get around. He's already got a couple of assists to his name, as we are going to see Alexic here caught up in the Cataclysm. He's going to flash away. Are they going to try and dive here? Well, only got the Dragon Strike to lash out, but can't get any kind of knockup.
And Joe, you asked earlier on today, are we going to see the Gambit that showed up to the Super Week, or are we going to see the Gambit that's been playing today? And yep, looks like it's the exact Gambit that we were looking forward to seeing yet again. And 7-1, just like you said, they have a huge goal lead at this point. They have Dragon control. They have pretty much around the map control because of Alex being so effective with every ultimate he's been using. Got early Merc Treads, went for a Sheen for some extra oomph in there. And Bjergsen, the games he does amazing at, he usually picks up a kill like pre-level 7, pre-level 8. And he's just been shut down from that early gank that Diamond put onto him.
Yeah, level 10 he is right now. We've not really seen much of him whatsoever, to be honest. Tried to get involved there with the gank on Alex, but again, just doesn't really have the damage with that tier stacking up with that Catalyst coming in there. And we are going to see the slow coming onto Bjergsen, but Diamond just trying to force him back here once again. Can't get the kill at this stage.
And Bjergsen, his damage just hasn't really ramped up yet. I mean, it's kind of what a Cassidy will do, because he's building a large mana pool, so he can obviously Rift Rock around, but it's unfortunate. Usually he's really dependent on getting those early kills, but I mean, we've seen Expected do phenomenally well on his Cassidy a little bit earlier. Was that actually Diamond taking that blue?
Yeah.
That was the purpose.
My blue. It didn't mean to, I don't. Yeah, they timed that one a little bit rough, but honestly, Alex is having a pretty good time of things. He's got his cards to regen them, and obviously the cooldown reduction's not going to be there from it, but I'm not sure that he minds too much right now with how things are going, how well Diamond is running this Aatrox in the jungle anyway.
I think actually with that little mistake that kind of happened for Gambit, we're going to see an invade on the blue buff of NIP, potentially. Alex has his ultimate up, so we'll be able to spot them, we'll be able to get there very quickly, and if you take away a blue buff from a Kassadin, that is very powerful.
Well, we're going to find out. Maluno has already headed over there. And Diamond's actually on his Golem, so that's not going to happen here. They're not going to be able to get that one in gear. That will be gifted over to Bjergsen, who's trying to get into the swing of things. Actually decently ahead in terms of the farm right now. Looking almost a 10 CS lead. Actually, it's a 12 CS lead, so, you know, what we're going to do. More than 10. But now we see once again a dive coming into this top lane, and did someone just press the repeat button backstage? Because I'm quite sure I've already seen this scene being played out once before. That was, again, exactly the same as the kill before onto Mimir. Exactly.
That can't be a replay of what we saw earlier. That can't be exactly what we saw, because Bjergsen didn't teleport in. True. But yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. That's exactly what they did. There's still nowhere to spot Alex ulting in for that. and they're taking advantage of that. I mean, we talked about earlier how NIP lost earlier on today, and the thing was, it was due to Bjergsen getting shut down and Meimer getting shut down. They didn't really care about Freeze and Efficio too much because they realized they can end the game before AD carriers are really that big problem.
So Bjergsen here, he's behind enemy lines, and he's going to see if they can kill this bottom lane off. Let's have a look at it. He's going to rift walk in. There's Ace in the hole coming down on towards Genja. And that was rather unspectacular in the end. They just couldn't get it working. Bjergsen comes across and really not much to write home about. And right now, Gambit are actually putting down a ton of damage here onto this middle turret. And Maluno's just going to have to back away. A brilliant pick up there from Gambit. They stopped the gank in that. Well, I say they stopped the gank in the bottom lane. It was more like Nip didn't react and start the gank in the bottom lane. And that will beat the turret coming back. There was Diamond and Bjergsen facing off. And Bjergsen knows that he can't go toe-to-toe with Diamond at this point.
I'm not sure there's many people he can go toe-to-toe with right now. Maybe Genja, but I mean, with these dragons consistently being picked up for Gambit, with them taking 2 turrets and these global objectives, Genja will be strong enough very soon to be able to take him on 1v1, and yet another turret.
Brilliant pick up once again. Second dragon of the game going to Gambit, and 8-1 in kills. And we're really not that far away from a 10,000 gold lead, Jason. And we're only 16 minutes into this game. This is feeling very similar to Gambit versus SK and Lemon Dogs versus NIP in the way that they went down in terms of not really any resistance put up.
Yeah, it's just, it's kind of unfortunate because, I mean, NIP, let's be honest, they want to put up resistance. They just don't have the possibility of doing it right now. I mean, you saw the top lane, 2 ganks exactly similar, worked both times. Bjergsen got killed early on, wasn't able to really do anything against that, wasn't able to stop it, and might even see a gank yet again, but with Brock, he should be fine.
Yeah, actually the hook had just come over from the side there as well. Chose the perfect time to rift walk, and actually Voidal here getting caught out. He's going to get knocked up from this one. Can't see him escaping, and certainly not now. Ace in the hole comes through, and Diamond also might be trapped in middle. He's been taunted up. Can he jump away? No. Well, his Bloodwell will get popped, and then he flashes, and then he jumps away. Brilliantly done there by Diamond. Stops 2 kills
Darian's
coming down.
done.
Darian isn't done. Wow, Bjergsen with the read there. Actually, Rift walks away. Let's bounce coming through. Genja trying to catch up as well. He's got flash. Is he going to flash in there to try and get that chain of corruption down? Not just yet. Darian taunted. There is a chain of corruption. Goes on towards Meimer, but he's not got the damage to finish it.
Great rush by Meimer on that Spirit Visage as well, just to make sure he could survive this double AP composition that he's up against right now. And we talked about NIP with resistance. They showed it right there. They put up a good fight, able to kill Voidal, almost killed Diamond there too, and were able to escape their lives. But if they can't defend this turret, if this goes down, then that resistance they just put up means nothing.
Well, there's a Lich Bane on Alex Ich now as well, which means this damage is pretty massive as Maluno's going to throw down the Cataclysm, flashes away, but he's a dead man. Darian gets that one with the Ignite in the end. Now Meimer's coming over, but there's Bjergsen from the side, but look at the crowd control. He is going straight down from that. Couldn't even get the damage out to get 1 kill, and Genja is, no, it's not. Voidal's going to get a double kill in there in the end. Genja tanks up the turret. And from being just 1 kill and a few turret hits, it turns into, 3 kills and a turret taken down. And they're not stopping, they're still going.
They have the opportunity. Bjergsen's dead for another 15 seconds. Meimer's down for another 15 seconds. Freeze is the only one to defend against this, and with a strong dive team that Gambit has, he can't defend it. I mean, it's just really unfortunate for NIP. They're going to lose this inhibitor at 18 minutes. And Joe, I noticed something. During the boot camp, I think Gambit trained Voidal to be very reminiscent of Edward because he's playing that carry support right now. 4-1.
He's doing well. He's got more kills than Alex and Darian put together. Well, he's got the same.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
Math, my obvious strong point at this time of day. But yeah, that's, again, just brilliant play from Gambit. And Ninjas in Pajamas are so far behind in this game that they can't really put up any kind of defense for it. And look at the gold. It's over 10k now.
One thing I will say, though, is that we saw Gambit versus EG earlier on, and the same situation, well, obviously not as one-sided for Gambit. Not as one-sided then, but we've seen that Gambit can have an advantage and they can still lose games. NIP, there is always that chance for them to pretty much turn this around and pick up a victory. They do have a Kassadin. He can snowball very hard. They have a Freeze, or a Caitlyn, who's still decently well farmed right now. He's a little bit behind Genja, but still puts out a lot of damage. And if NIP, they make it to that late game, they have a very strong team composition. So NIP, all they need to do is just hold on right now, kind of stop the bleeding that's happening from them, and they can be able to turn this around.
Well, they seem to have a very different idea of that at this point. I mean, we saw Bjergsen there getting around the back of them by using that teleport to get involved in the fight, and they just turned around and the CC was put together so nicely that he actually did pretty much 0 damage to anyone. That was perfect, and that just shows you that Gambit seem to be ready for anything that you throw at them right now. Diamond on this jungle Aatrox. Yeah, out of the jungle Aatrox we've seen, being the most impressive so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the early game pressure he put out was just crazy. The damage he did was fantastic. The runes and mastery page he's been using has been working out well, but I'm curious, if he got shut down a little bit, if he got maybe counter-jungled, would he still be this strong? I mean, obviously he wouldn't, but what's the degree difference between those two?
Well, I don't think we can answer that one. I mean, you can always say that, what if NIP would have got 10 kills in the first 2 minutes? Obviously never going to happen, but you just can't factor that in. I mean, all you can see is what he's done at this point of the game, which is cause problems for NIP across the board and be incredibly strong at the early game, which got Bjergsen killed, which stopped Bjergsen being any kind of threat at this stage. And NIP actually going in for a bit of a fight here. Mima going to get hooked and pulled out. The Strangle Thorns go down. Well, that's surely only going to delay proceedings here. Flash card, Sun card comes out there. Maluna will actually have to flash away from it. And NIP lose one man and a whole host of health before they go through. Good block from Voidal, and they take the turret.
NIP lose their tankiest man right now on that dive, and now Freeze is getting caught.
Yeah, he's dead as well. Picked off by the piercing arrow. Finally from Genja, who's now put 2-1-7. There's still no one that's got as many kills as Voidal, funnily enough, on the Gambit team, but crucially, they've all got kills at this stage, and we might see a 21.5-minute Baron. We are.
They are spotted, though. Bjergsen's coming in. He is going to cross over Ward, I believe. Yeah, he's going to be spotted.
But what's he going to do? Is he going to kill Diamond? Is he going to kill Darian? They're both coming back to life. Sorry.
Ooh, here it comes.
Well, it's probably not going to kill anyone here. We are going to see Shen coming in, but will it be too late? Bjergsen is going to go down. Well, Mima's now left all on his own. Stun card goes down. There goes the finisher, and that will be it. Genja's actually burning there at the back from the Ignite, but Gambit turning that one around, and that's the thing. The passives of both of Diamond and of Darian, like, they were low in that position. They could afford to actually die to the Baron and then come back.
How messed up would it be if they ran a Zillion and a Yorick in this combo? And then GAs everywhere for everyone. That would suck for any team playing against them. But now, I mean, they did stop Baron at least. NIP were able to do that. But what I'm thinking about now is, with this Dragon, with the items it builds up, I mean, just look at the item differences that they currently have. Are they just going to push? Maybe go for Baron because they have complete control of it? Or just keep forcing these fights on NIP, keep forcing these dives, and just take complete advantage of it?
Well, we're going to take Wraith for now. That's what I can answer you. After their third Dragon of this game picked up, we've got a Hunting Guise now added in there for Darian. Got the makings of the Zhonya's Hourglass coming down as well for Alex Hitch as they spot them down in this bottom lane, and Mime says, no, I don't want to stay around here. I think I'll leave. Oh, this minion's going to push out, and this is going to be a free turret for Gambit. Nothing that NIP can do.
I think Mimer's definitely the man saying, guys, we should back away, because last time they tried to defend an inner turret, he was the one that died from that. So, yeah, we're going to give that one up. And Gambit, do they have the siege potential here? Obviously, you have some pretty good wave clear out of Freeze, but you also have amazing wave clear out of Alex, and he's pretty far ahead right now in terms of his items. And with the dives we've seen already happening out of Gambit, they can afford to do it. I mean, just like you said, with those two champions that can die and come back to life, it really allows them to go for these dives if they want to. And it really forces NIP to make a decision. Do we try to defend it? Do we engage, or do we just back away?
Darian's actually pulling a minion away from bottom to the mid lane right now. And that's because they want this inhibitor, and what they want, they're going to get this time around. So, another big pickup here by Gambit. And they're 5,000 gold away from making it a 20k gold lead, and we're not even at the 30-minute mark of this game yet. This is a thoroughly one-sided affair, with Gambit really running rings around ninjas in pajamas. That inhibitor turret is taking a lot of damage as well, and it's really Alex Ich that puts out the big chunks of damage in that one. Genja obviously putting out constant as a flash comes in there. It was Bjergsen actually that flashed away from that. Now Alex comes back in and wait for this card to hit the turret. You'll see then how much damage he's actually going to be throwing in there. In the end, pulls the stun card out, and it's just a case of when, I think, right now. That's how this game feels, a case of when Gambit can break through.
The thing is, when Gambit's in a situation like this, they seldomly ever lose. They have that middle inhibitor down, that super mini wave is just pushing through. Someone on NIP has to deal with it, and at this point, Freeze doesn't have the damage to take it down very quickly. Neither does Bjergsen, and they're the two that's being depended on to clear that wave out. So they're gonna lose either a Nexus turret or an inhibitor turret here.
Well, they're gonna fight for it actually as we see the Strangled Thorns go down. Bjergsen gonna get stunned up at the back. Where is the Let's Bounce? There it is. Darian bouncing around the pack, can't quite get out of the Cataclysm. Well, they've picked up a kill for it, and they're gonna get inhibitor number 2 right here and right now. Another solid push straight through, and NIP realizing, you know what, guys, we have to fight. We have to fight for this one, otherwise they're just going to win anyway, and that will be inhibitor number 2 going down.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bjergsen just teleported to a minion outside of his base, or inside of his base from his...
Wow, that hook there from Boydell. Bjergsen's come through. There's a chain of corruption, and he goes down before he can actually finish off the kill there on towards Darian. And that's just the story of this game for NIP, and they are going to surrender this one. Gambit win the game. They're going to go through to have a rematch against Evil Geniuses coming up here in a little while. It's hard to really say much about that game, Jason. Poor old Mimer in that top lane. We saw 2 repeat dives on him, 3-man dives in the top lane, or the 2-men plus Destiny coming in from Alex Ich. He actually ended 0-7-1. And just across the board, it wasn't a very happy game for NIP.
No, it wasn't. And I mean, I think they're going to come back or come out of this game and just remember, you know, we're in playoffs. We were able to do it with their major wins. They're able to pick up today. They're able to say that they're going to be going to Gamescom, going to be competing for their chance to go to World Finals. And one thing's for sure, right there, that game showed NIP's weakness. If Bjergsen gets shut down, if Mimer gets killed in that top lane, even if he gets Shen, then the other team can just kind of take that and run away with it. So they have a lot of things they need to fix in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, and double the